Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. I found a great place to meet chicks. Yeah, baby chicks. Anyway, here they are out here. I had to put a security screen in there because the bigger hens are trying to peck at the little ones. And Blackie's saying, don't do that, leave the little ones alone. So he's already starting to protect them. So they were all inside their little coop here a little while ago, and when I first brought them out, they were afraid to come in here. But I made them this little feeder out of an Home Depot 5-gallon bucket cover and a Smart and Final food grade plastic container, and I drilled some 3/4 inch holes all the way around it, 8 of them to be exact. And then I filled the center up. The cover, of course, pops off. I filled the center up with their feed, and they're on the 20% protein feed right now. But I did throw some cracked corn out for them, just so that they could have something to feel like it's a little party going for them. But they still go to their old feeders. Okay, Blackie, the world knows. So anyway, when they crow like that, they're supposed to be telling everybody this is my territory. And yeah, I had to move the babies because they were getting a little bit too big for that little temporary coop I had them in. And of course, I had them in the front room of the cabin to keep them warm. Now they get their feathers so they can come outside, and the weather's warmer, so they'll be fine out here. And I put the bigger water feeder in here, and I got their little one out here. So stuff they still get used to. And that little one runs over and checks out the rooster every time he crows. That one I call Angel because it's got the white wings like angel wings. And this one I call Fawn because it's got all the colors of a little fawn. Then that one over there is Whitey because he's got a white head. And this one over here is Turkey because she looks like a turkey. Anyway, who knows? Names have changed down the way. I get tired of calling them by name. I just say, hey, kids, and they all come running. So anyway, I wanted to show you what I did out here. I got the area closed off, and I got the screen bungeed in place so that they can't push it open and come in through there. But still have fun out here. Already getting used to their little home. They got their nesting boxes, and if it gets a little cool at night, they'll all crowd together in one nesting box to keep warm. But in the meantime, I'm going to close this up. And I have to move slowly, otherwise it freaks them out when everything moves fast. So they're still too young for that kind of stuff. And they like the sand. I used to give them a tray of sand in their small unit. So I'm going to be bringing some sand out and filling this trough with sand. I don't want to use water now. That'll come later when they get a little bit bigger. But baby chicks can drown in the water if it's a little bit too deep. And they're not very smart. They'll soak themselves down and get their feathers soaking wet, and then it's too heavy for them to stand up, and they fall over in the water. So I'll put sand in there for now and let them take sand baths in it, and kicking the sand out around here onto the ground won't hurt. And then, of course, they'll get used to the perches after a while, and they'll start sitting up high on the perches. But it's a good sign that Blackie's over here checking them all out. And I'll give him a week or two, and then I'll let him in here with the babies, and he can come in here and keep track of them because Brewster chases them around and says, "Get away from here." So Nellie's been nesting in the coop, and I decided to leave her eggs in there so that she can nest on top of them. Hopefully she'll become a brooder and things will turn out better. So anyway, Nice day today. It was like yesterday. It was a nice day yesterday. No wind. Yeah, my flag is down because it got shredded in the wind. And I got 2 warnings already today on my cell phone or my smartphone that there's high wind warnings for the next 2 days again here. So we had 2 Oprah days. And yeah, Oprah days, you know, wind-free. Okay, quit laughing. So we had 2 Oprah days in a row, and now they're saying we're going to have 2 days of high winds again. So what can you say, right? Anyway, I wanted to cover that. And let's see. Oh yeah. So I saw an ad the last day, of course, on my smartphone from Harbor Freight that their shallow well pump was on sale, $20 off, but this weekend only. So I jumped in the van and I ran to my local Harbor Freight, and they were sold out. So I looked on my cell phone and it said, oh, there's one in one of the local towns nearby that has them in stock. So I says, cool. So I drove over there. Nope, they were sold out. So I said, well, let me check again. So I checked on, and they said in Barstow, the Harbor Freight in Barstow had them. So I said, well, I'm not going to drive all the way out there just to get the same story I got from these 2 guys. So I called them, and they said, nope, we're sold out. I said, oh, geez. So apparently, all the growers that are popping up out here have been buying up water tanks and shallow well pumps to pressurize the water for them so they can water all their plants. Another downside of illegal growers in the desert. Anyway, they're giving a whole new name to high desert. Not funny. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, I called all the way down to OC, because I said, well, I can check in OC and run down and pick up some water from my friend Bill's house, and then I could pick up a pump down there, figuring, well, there's nobody growing down there in the middle of nowhere that needs water out in the desert. They're in the city. So I called ahead, and I called Andy and said, hey, would you mind running over and pick one? But about the time that Andy got there, they called me back and said, hey, we're sold out. We don't have any. I said, oh, geez. So Andy did find one of the other local Orange County Harbor Freights that had 5 of them, and was nice enough to run over and buy one for me. And since he's coming up on the 23rd, 24th, or somewhere around that area, he'll bring it up to me if I don't decide to run down and pick it up myself. I got to pick up a bunch of other parts I need, so I'll take a run into town and get everything on site here, so I'm all ready when I get my water delivery on Wednesday, day after tomorrow, and I'll have all of my water tanks and everything all filled up. I'd like to have the pump installed as quickly as possible so that the pressure, everything is pressurized, and then I'm going to think about trenching and running a pressurized water line halfway between my garden house and my chicken coop, so I don't have to walk so far to get water for either one. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. So anyway, that's what's been going on here. So I want to thank Andy again for running out and getting me that pump right away before they sold out too. And they wouldn't give me rain checks on anything because it was a sale item. They're calling it Black Friday 3-day weekend sale. So this is the first time in my life I've ever had a 3-day Friday. All in the same weekend, 3 Fridays. Wow. Anyway, when I was growing up, the only Friday I knew was on a police show. Yeah, right. Anyway, look at my flowers, just beautiful blossoms. This is apple coming off of the rootstock, but it doesn't look like it's going to sprout any flowers or anything. So I may end up clipping that and grafting it with Fuji or something like that. So I'll have Sharon apples and Fuji apples growing on that pear tree also. That's it. Everything's watered. Everything's nice and healthy here. My raspberries are coming up strong here, and there's even one little raspberry on here and another one right underneath there. Cool. This blueberry's coming back to springing back to life, and my kiwi's springing back to life. And I got to get some of this other stuff into the ground, into the main ground, but I'm still not sure how I want to plant things around here. So I'm kind of like playing it by nose or ear, and the winds are starting to pick up now. So I'm going to call this one a day and cut this off and go in and get it processed and ready to post. So you'll have an early video tonight instead of the 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.s that I've been doing lately. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget, please like my videos. Give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Click on that subscribe down there. And when the little bell notification pops up, click on that. And you'll get notified whenever I post. That's all that means. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is G Bear signing off.